Hello, friends. Good evening. You are watching the Policy Times FB Live show, and I'm your host, the Akram Haq. And I'm honored to have two of my panelists today to discuss on one of the most important sectors of this country, that is the financial sector. The theme is budget Union Budget 2009 addressing India's financial sector issues. तो आज ये अगले हाफ एन आवर से 1 घंटे के बीच जो हम डिस्कस करेंगे वो है एक फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट सेक्टर। ये इसको लाइफ लाइन ऑफ द इकोनॉमी कहा जाता है, क्योंकि फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर की बात करते हैं मतलब पैसे की बात कर रहे हैं। पैसा मतलब मनी। मनी इज द कोर ऑफ ऑल द इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज दैट वी डू इन दिस सोसाइटी। अच्छा, एक इंटरेस्टिंग फैक्ट ये है कि आज़ादी के बाद फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर लगभग थोड़ा सा नेशनलाइज था, यानी सेंट्रलाइज था, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के अंडर था। ये परसेप्शन है, हमारे पैनलिस्ट ज़्यादा इसमें रोशनी डालेंगे। जैसे प्राइम मिनिस्टर इंदिरा गांधी जब आए, देन शी नेशनलाइज्ड। उससे पहले बैंक्स तो कुछ प्राइवेट बैंक्स, but then she nationalized 14 banks in 1969, followed by 6 others by 1980. And she made it mandatory to provide 40% of the net credits on priority sectors like agriculture, small scale industries, retail trade, and small businesses. Now, बहुत सारे चीजें हैं। सबसे तो ये है, ये फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर है क्या। सबसे पहले हम समझेंगे फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर है क्या, इसके अंडर आता क्या है और इसकी इम्पैक्ट क्या है, और हमारे जो करंट पॉलिसी रिजीम है यानी पॉलिसी मेकर्स हैं वो फाइनेंशियल इश्यूज को किस तरह से एड्रेस करते हैं। ये सारे डिस्कस करने के लिए मेरे राइट में है मिस्टर गौरव शंकर, जो एक प्रोफेशनली लॉयर हैं और मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर हैं बिजनेस लॉ चैम्बर के। इट्स वन ऑफ द प्रोमिनेंट एक्चुअली बिजनेस कंसल्टिंग एजेंसी व्हाट आई नो। And on my left, I have Dr. Naseeb Ahmad, who is the associate professor at Department of Commerce and Business Studies, Jamia Millia Islamia, which is a central university based in South Delhi. So, panelists, sirs, welcome to the show. सबसे पहला सवाल तो ये है कि ये फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर को हम कैसे डिफाइन करते हैं। व्हाट इज दिस फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर?
Financial sector primarily consists of what is popularly known as BFSI sector, that include banking, financial services, and insurance. So, as you rightly said, that money is the center of all economic activities.
Right.
So, financial sector is one of the biggest and fastest growing sector in terms of jobs, in terms of revenue, in terms of contribution to the economy, because ultimately it depends on how well you manage your finances. So if we look back to the global financial crisis of 2008, so it started because of the poor financial management, or what we know as the mismanagement of finances. So it is very important for a country like ours. Finances again a very scarce resource for a country like ours. So we have to ensure that every rupee which is being earned and spent should be spent in a very rightful manner.
Right.
It should be invested. As an investor, people would like to invest their money into some assets, some securities, where they can maximize the return. And while spending money, we also are very concerned for getting the maximum value for our whatever money we are spending. So if we look at this BFSI segment, so we have a lot of innovation taking place in this segment, and RBI is coming up with a lot of technology-based intervention by introducing and approving the e-banking, then mobile banking. Then we are also going to have a peer-to-peer lending. This is a very unique concept in which people can create a platform where they can lend among themselves. Instead of going to a bank, they can create a network like a Facebook group or WhatsApp group, and they can lend the money. People always, some people have surplus money, some people are looking for some small sum of money. So people can borrow and lend money through that. And of course, that would be under So RBI is working on a policy. Already there are some companies which are into this peer-to-peer lending, and RBI is also in the process of formulating policy. It already had a policy, but it is in the process of broad basing the whole concept.
So basically, तो financial sector comes under the purview of Reserve Bank of India, and I think जो मुझे समझ में आ रहा है, financial sector includes almost like a lot of things. Insurance है, asset management है, इधर SEBI security exchange board, stock market है, उसके बाद there are a lot of even infrastructure में भी finance की जरूरत पड़ती है.
Finance is a very big term now. Stock market is a different thing where we like talking more on SEBI. Is the regulating authority as far as stock market is, mutual funds, and some of those aspects are concerned.
Absolutely.
As far as banks are concerned, it is the RBI which is the regulatory authority.
Right.
We're talking about FDI, your foreign direct investment. That is where RBI comes into play.
Right.
If you're talking about certain aspects visibly,
so maybe banking sector
companies and things like that, again SEBI will come into play. But the financial sector per se is a huge sector, and no economy can function without a proper financial system in place.
एक point जो मुझे आया, मुझे सबसे पहले strike किया इस discussion पे, जो सर mention कर रहे थे, when we talk about every economy, we are $1 trillion economy now. And we have to take the financial sector very seriously, and we do. Our policymakers, we have many policymakers and regulators. In fact, insurance के लिए we have IDRA, Insurance Regulatory Development Authority, IRDA. In fact, for the SEBI we have for the stock market, RBI we have for the banking, formal banking sector, right? So we have a good infrastructure regulatory setup in place. But recession is a very big concern. And most of the economies of the world, they have witnessed recession. Fortunately, we were safe during 2009 recession that took place in US, and till now, after that, we did not see much of a big time recession. But European Union is down. Chinese, downfall of the Chinese economy also created some concern about some recessionary or growth-oriented distress or stress in the Indian economy. How do you see Indian economy is ready and prepared to take on any recessionary pressure in future?
I think that's a very good question. And firstly, just taking from 2008 onwards, we were very fortunate enough that we did not face such high level of global crisis what US or some of the other Western countries actually suffered.
Right.
We were much better off thanks to our system, which is and especially Reserve Bank, which has been particularly conservative vis-a-vis the policies. And if we just keep on saying that the base rates should be more relaxed, there should be lesser reserves and things like that for banks. But Reserve Bank continuously sticks to their own parameters. They do not budge from it. So thanks to a strong system that we have, we were not so severely hammered by the crisis.
Right.
But over the period of time, this situation has more or less stabilized, or there has been a stable graph as far as the economy is concerned, and that may be also because there was a sudden burst or a sudden blast of systems at that given point in time, and it was not for the first time that US had actually come across subprime crisis that happened in late 90s where they had the dot-com burst followed by 2008, and that's primarily because they have a much more flamboyant way of going about policies.
Too much exposure to actually loans and debt.
Exactly, to which again we were pretty much better off. And similar thing is happening now vis-a-vis the NPS. It was a long time when the banks were actually from NPS, and that's where we needed to do a little bit of cleaning up of the mess which was being created for the last 14-15 years. And that's what has been happening now. Yes, right now we've been seeing certain slowdown vis-a-vis unemployment, vis-a-vis certain industries suffering big time because of the various debt restructuring schemes which have been offered, things like that. But all in all, from a long run perspective, it is for the betterment of the economy per se.
इस पे मैं फिर से एक सवाल ये करना चाह रहा हूँ, आपकी व्यूज लेना चाह रहा हूँ एक्चुअली। रिसेशन एक डेंजरस रिसेशन यानी ग्लोबल रिसेशन जो होती है, एक डेंजरस ट्रेंड है और जॉब से लेके इकोनॉमी से लेके बहुत कुछ सफर करती है। और स्पेशली ऐसे सिचुएशन में जहाँ पे हमारे सामने एम्प्लॉयमेंट का बहुत बड़ा एक इशू है, एम्प्लॉयमेंट क्रिएशन का, हमारा बहुत बड़ा सेक्टर अभी भी फॉर्मल फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर में इंक्लूडेड नहीं है, फार्मर सुइसाइड है, एग्रीकल्चर है, वहां पे हमारी रेगुलेटरी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर कितना रेडी है रिसेशन जैसे चीजों को हैंडल करने के लिए? क्योंकि अभी वी आर ऑल्सो एक्सपोज टू द ग्लोबल वर्ल्ड। मैंने पहले हम क्या थे, हम थोड़ा ग्लोबल वर्ल्ड से डिस्कनेक्टेड थे, तो बाहर अमेरिका यूरोप में क्या हो रहा है उसके बहुत ज्यादा असर हमारी इकोनॉमी में नहीं पड़ता था। लेकिन नाउ वी आर वन ऑफ द लार्जेस्ट और बिगेस्ट रेसिपिएंट ऑफ द एफडीआईज, बिगेस्ट रेसिपिएंट ऑफ द फॉरेन remittances एंड फाइनेंशियल एफआईआईज, फॉरेन इंस्टीट्यूशनल इन्वेस्टर्स। हम कितना रेडी हैं एक्चुअली रिसेशन जैसी चीजों को हैंडल करने के लिए?
See, recession is of course like is a business cycle.
अच्छा,
It goes on repeating. So there is a trend that if there is a boom, prosperity. So ultimately there is
Okay.
some peak point after which the things have to come down. So the point is that during the peak time or during the boom turning or anything, so they just assume that the investment in real estate.
अच्छा, नहीं, शॉर्टली ये सवाल रखना चाह रहा हूँ बोथ पैनलिस्ट के साथ। हमारा रेगुलेटर इन्फ्लेशन रिसेशन जैसे बड़े चीजों को रोकने के लिए कितना कितना इन प्लेस है और कितना?
It's something which everyone has to evolve. With time.
Means we do not have a clear.
They are not regulated.
हाँ.
Recession is something which
वो बाई साइकिल वो आएंगे।
it has to come. It has
हाँ,
to come.
okay.
But we can all do what we can. I mean, उनकी severity को हम damage.
रिसेशन से एक चीज वो है is with severe issues उसका the number of NPA in a span of couple of years, वो 19% increase होके now 5,000 such cases. Take the name of any big banks, which is or especially the government sector bank, public sector banks, they are under the NPA stress. Now in NPA के बाद भी we have large cases of insolvency and bankruptcy courts, and the MSME sector is under tremendous stress. But MSME sector is tremendous stress for many reasons, which I would request you to highlight. But the most important is what I feel. I speak to a lot of businessmen, MSMEs, and middle-level businessmen. There is a tremendous liquidity crunch issue. तो ये जो पूरी फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर, पूरी देश इसमें उसमें है, कंसर्न है कि ये फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर में हो क्या रहा है, प्रॉब्लम क्या है, सरकार किस तरह से इसको एड्रेस करने की कोशिश कर रही है?
So I think let's take one thing at a time.
Right.
MSME is a issue again. We take that up. First comes the NPS, bad debts that some people got. And there was a lot of there was a boom in the economy. Everything was going hunky dory. Financial sector absolutely crisp. A part of it. They take the money. Hang on. Why don't you go do whatever you want to do? They were not that cognizant of the fact as to what security they are taking. They're not talking about any of the guarantees. The bigger the corporate house, the easier the loan was for them. Whether we talk about Kingfisher taking having a valuation for 700 crores for their logo, which God knows how did they do that. Whether it was Suzlon, whether it was any of the bigger infrastructure companies, the banks were ready with the loan. And come 2008, with the global crisis happening, that's when they realized that, hang on now, we need to take a step back, realize what's happening here.
Right.
But by that time, the lendings were already being made. Certain companies which were being doing okay continued with it. And then there came complete policy paralysis. wherein there was nothing happening in the parliament.
Mhm.
And that's when the NPA started happening.
Mhm.
They come with the Colgate, come with the 2G scam, come with the policy paralysis. Nothing would be working. And that's where the business houses were unable to repay their loans. Their businesses were being shut and leading to the huge piling NPAs.
Mhm.
Now, in January 2014, government introduced certain aspects. That's the first time when they started introducing the JLPs, that's the joint lender policies, in order to have a little bit of more carve-out protection plans for the corporates. That didn't work. Then in 2015, they come up with the debt restructuring plans, wherein they were sitting and structuring all the debts. That did not prosper a lot for too many companies. Then came the IBC, wherein the Indian Bankruptcy Code. That also has been in limbo vis-a-vis certain recent court orders.
Right.
And the process itself is a challenging process. Though it may be termed as a good process or a good forum to derive a price of a distressed asset, but then it's not something which we can really talk on more on the process. And then came the sustainable structuring of the plans. So government has tried, and talk about the UK government or the India government. The governments have tried their level best to deal with the NPAs. But the hard fact is that you will have to give some time to the NPAs such that the banks are able to clean up their balance sheets. Whether I'm very optimistic of coming 5 years that the economy will do well. And with the economy doing well, a lot of these corporate houses will get an opportunity to prove their mettle.
But then, how do you say that the economy will do well when the formal banking sector is under tremendous pressure of NPAs? How do we recover from this now? Now, there are two things. One more thing I want to come before coming to the stress part or NPA part. Actually, do you think that the very formal process of lending money is very transparent, and are we responsibly lending money to the real people on the ground? क्या ये सबसे बड़ा problem था? Second thing is, how do we come out from it?
So yes, again, transparency. Transparency can be determined here in a couple of ways. Whether you're talking about transparency as to whether the documentation are being complete,
Right.
whether you're doing your lending exercise, whether your KYC documents are complete, or whether you're talking about the plan for which the lending is being made. Whether the business plan is in order, whether the project that is being financed has have all the necessary ambits in place.
Right.
So there is two levels to it. If we are talking only about the first one, where the documentation and the KYC and all of that,
They qualify.
doesn't make much of difference, or
Right.
is qualified. The important fact is that how good is your project financing? Have the banks who are themselves supposed to be lending those money
Right.
are in any position to really evaluate the project which is there in hand, and
Right.
to what extent have they really worked on that? Now the only thing to that is either Reserve Bank puts pressure on them and tell, hang on, this is what the parameters you need to have. To have an expert panelist who are to be judging this. And
Bilkul. That is the point actually I want to come to you, sir, that, the intention is awesome. Like, जो इंफ्रा इन्वेस्टमेंट सरकार सोचती है कि भाई अभी हमारे इस देश की इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को ठीक करना है, खराब है, ठीक करना है, ये मेट्रो में पैसा लगाओ, रोड पे पैसा लगाओ. अब बैंक को ये पुश करते हैं कि भाई आप वो पब्लिक प्राइवेट कंपनीज को लैंड कीजिए, पैसा दीजिए, जो हमारे लिए रोड बनाए, हमारे लिए ब्रिजेस बनाए, हमारे लिए वो करें, मेट्रो बनाए. जैसे अभी रिसेंट, अभी तक ये वास्ट नहीं हुआ है, but our solar energy sector, the energy sector, renewable energy sector is undergoing tremendous pressure, and very soon you will find all the renewable energy companies are filing their bankruptcy. This thing. So now सरकार तो ऑनेस्ट है, सरकार चाहती है कि भाई इस देश में रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी इंडस्ट्री राइज करें, लेकिन जिस कंपनी को सरकार खुद अपने तरफ से इनिशिएटिव लेके वो लोन देती है कि भाई आप रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी प्रोडक्शन कीजिए ज्यादा से ज्यादा, लेकिन वो एक्चुअली बैंकेबल नहीं है, वो एक्चुअली प्रॉफिटेबल नहीं है इन शॉर्ट रन. So that means the companies are coming under pressure and this is turning into NPAs. तो ना इस तरह से जो सिचुएशन है ये तो इवर ग्रोइंग है, इवर वो है कि सरकार तो अपने उनकी फंडिंग करनी है उस सेक्टर में जो देश की तरक्की करेंगे, लेकिन चांसेस ज्यादा है कि वो सेक्टर जरूरी नहीं है कि आपको इमीडिएट रिटर्न देंगी, क्योंकि 15 20 30 साल की ये इन्वेस्टमेंट होता है रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी सेक्टर, तब जाके वो प्रॉफिटेबल रूप लेती है। तो आप ये कहना क्या सही है कि कहीं ना कहीं एक रॉन्ग लैंडिंग भी होती है, कहीं बड़े बड़े कॉर्पोरेट हाउसेस को इररेस्पॉन्सिबल तरीके से या पॉलिटिकली इन्फ्लुएंस के तरीके से भी लैंडिंग की जाती है, लेकिन साथ में ये भी प्रॉब्लम है कि आप सोलर रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी को इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो तो आपको 20 साल 25 साल के उस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में समझ में रखते हुए या सोच में रखते हुए करना पड़ेगा। एक्चुअली मैं आपको दोनों बहुत कंफ्यूज कर दिया, दो चीजों को सामने रख के। आपका क्या इसमें टेक है?
See, the cause of NPA is multifold. One is, of course, the corruption when
Right.
the bankers lend money to the people who doesn't deserve.
Right.
Like we have seen the case of
विजय माल्या,
Bank,
ICICI बैंक का जो
recently, Vijay
केसेस हुआ,
Mallya case, or Nirav
मोदी जो scam
So,
case.
in all these cases, the bankers have not done their work honestly. And so one is that issue. Another is many a time there are some honest corporate also which because of the poor business scenario they are unable to refund the money. And the government is also adding to the NPA by waiving of the farm loan. So the kind of farm loan waiver, and now this farm loan waiver has become a tool for getting votes. Recently we have seen that
Right.
Politicians are openly saying that we will waive off the farm loan. So in that scenario, somebody who take a loan and repay, so he feels cheated. The farmer who paid loan, they feel cheated. Why have I paid loan? If I had not paid, I would also my loan would also get waived off.
Right.
So if we are making this kind of environment, then I'm sorry to say that our banking sector is going to collapse sooner or later.
It has already collapsed. Is it? Or do you still have hope?
No, I would not be that pessimistic to say that it's collapsed. It's not at all. But yes, it's undergoing certain change, and that change will take its own time. We cannot expect that that change will just be seen in say 6 months or any year's time. It will take its own cycle. It's like exactly what Dr. Ahmad said. It's like a global crisis.
अच्छा, Dr. Ahmed, हाँ, right. Yeah, please go on.
So it's a cycle which it will come. You cannot negate that. It will take its own time to rectify it. Now
But we can be responsible in lending money. The banks should be and can be more responsible. There is practices somewhere.
Corruption is
Everywhere.
Corruption is something which is very
Relative?
subjective to be.
Okay.
Here, as far as every sector you go, there is some level of corruption which has been involved.
But then who will oversee?
It is very incorrect to really say that the entire segment or entire sector is
Corrupt.
That is not a good way to be looking at it.
But
as far as banks are concerned, yes, they have had certain bad experiences. We have a history why the NPAs were being created, and to a very large extent, it was also the politicians to be blamed for it.
Right.
Given that they were not doing their job in the legislature when they had to do, if they worked on this little much more in advance, the NPAs would not have reached to this
Right.
level. But having said which, it's being done now, but it will take time.
We have been suggesting to the government that आप एक रिलायंस को 40,000 करोड़ का लोन देते हो, वो 40,000 करोड़ लोन आप अगर 40 लाख स्मॉल एसएमईज को देते तो उसकी चांसेस ऑफ डिफॉल्ट कम होता और उसकी इम्पैक्ट जो है इकोनॉमी में ज्यादा होता, बिकॉज एमएसएमईज इन्वेस्ट मोर जॉब्स इन द इकोनॉमी देन एक्चुअली लार्ज स्केल कॉर्पोरेट्स. And so this. So do you agree in this?
No, that's yes. You're right that 40,000 crores to one entity and 40,000 crores to 40,000 other entities
Right.
would have been there. But with that logic, you cannot give big ticket lending. The banks cannot do big ticket lending.
No, you do some,
And-
but don't do it too much that your smaller ones do not get anything out of it.
No, but that's banks have their divisions wherein they deal with the SMEs separately. They deal with the large corporates separately, and that's where they have their funds allocation.
Naturally. So Dr. Ahmad was mentioning about the farm loan waiver schemes. What is your take on this? ये जो एक उनको एक्चुअली वो लॉलीपॉप दिया जाता है फार्मर को, भाई ये थोड़ा ये आपके लिए लॉलीपॉप, वोट हमें दे दीजिएगा और ये लोन वेवर स्कीम हम दे रहे हैं. इन्होंने ये जो यूपीए सरकार भी की थी, वो 60-70 हजार करोड़ का उन्होंने लोन वेवर स्कीम्स लाए थे. इन्होंने उसको थोड़ा और इनोवेटिव किया. यूपीएस बजट में उन्होंने क्या किया, 70,000 करोड़ रुपीस का इन्होंने लोन वेवर लाया, लेकिन डायरेक्ट ट्रांसफर के फॉर्मेट में. दिस इज मोर इनोवेटिव, मोर इंटरेस्टिंग, बट सेम ओल्ड वाइन इन ए न्यू बॉटल. हाउ डू यू सी दिस?
Firstly, I agree with Dr. Ahmad on that it has been a strategy which has been adopted firstly by the politicians in order to gain votes. Secondly, it's not a long-term scenario as far as the economy is concerned. Everyone feels cheated, whether it is the farmer who has paid the loan or whether it is the taxpayer whose money is being utilized in repayment or waiver of the farmer's loan.
Right.
The point is, how sufficient or self-sufficient are we making our farmers? That's the point. Are we giving them enough technology? Are we giving them enough allowances or enough education to really take them to a path where they're actually cultivating crops which are having high yield, which can be exported, not only being used in India, but also being capable of being exported.
Right.
Elimination of the middlemen, storage capacities. There are a number of things which needs to be worked on.
Right.
As far as farmers are concerned, as far as the agricultural sector is concerned, which was in our Indian economy one of the major source of revenue generation for a long time, but not anymore. So from that perspective, there are a lot many things to be looked into. In the current interim budget which was being passed, there have been certain favors which have been made towards farmers,
Right.
and especially vis-a-vis certain direct fund transfers in the form of procurements and things like that have been done. Certain minimum sale price has been determined in past. Now, the important thing is to what level or to what extent are these being implemented at the grassroots?
Right.
Are the farmers actually benefiting from it? I think only in coming time will come.
राइट. सो व्यूअर्स, 3-4 बुनियादी चीजें हैं जो हमारे एक्चुअली पॉलिटिशियंस को एड्रेस करनी चाहिए. अच्छा, पहला सवाल तो मैं ये करना चाह रहा हूँ, डू यू थिंक आवर पॉलिटिशियंस आर एजुकेटेड इनफ, लिटरेट इनफ, और एक्चुअली अवेयर enough about the real challenges of this country? Then why do, if they aware, if they, I am sure they know what are the problems of the agriculture, then why do they take this kind of initiative rather than taking long-term initiatives or sustainable solutions for this?
Now,
So, are they really literate enough to understand the core problems of this country? मैं ये सवाल करना चाह रहा हूँ. और irrespective of any politician, कुछ भी पार्टी के politician हो, चाहे वो नरेंद्र मोदी हो या राहुल गांधी हो, it doesn't matter to us, both are same as long as they are taking steps to solve the core problems of this country.
let me tell you, 1.3 billion population को लाना, आप इस सेगमेंट को खुश, कई सेगमेंट्स और खराब हो जाते हैं. So it
तो यानी उनके पास,
which have been associated with it, the point is the correct balance. Now that is in itself a very big challenge for any government.
right,
To what extent have they been able to overcome those challenges? That government has done well.
right. तो बेसिकली व्यूअर्स, जो हम बात कर रहे थे अभी, मिस्टर शंकर ने बहुत अच्छी तरह कोर एक्चुअली सॉल्यूशंस को सामने रखा. सबसे पहला तो हमें काम करना चाहिए एग्रीकल्चर की सॉल्यूशंस जो हैं. ये जो 70,000 करोड़ की फिर से लोन वेवर स्कीम इन्होंने लेके आए, एक्चुअली ये सॉल्यूशन नहीं है, एग्रीकल्चर को कहीं नहीं लेके जाएगी. जो करना चाहिए था, इरिगेशन पे ध्यान देना चाहिए था, स्टोरेज फैसिलिटी में ध्यान देना चाहिए था, क्योंकि 70% और 70 से 90% जो हमारा वो फ्रूट्स या वेजिटेबल्स हम एक्चुअली बनाते हैं वो वेस्ट चला जाता है पहले के 7 दिन के अंदर, क्योंकि स्टोरेज फैसिलिटी है ही नहीं. हमारा तो बेसिकली हमें ये सारे प्रॉब्लम का सोल्यूशन लाना चाहिए था, लेकिन हम ला कम पाते हैं इस पे, और हमारी पॉलिटिशियंस पे बहुत कम काम करती है। सर मैं आप आना चाह रहा हूँ एक इम्पोर्टेंट 2-3 इम्पोर्टेंट मैक्रो एस्पेक्ट पे। इनोवेटिव फाइनेंशियल सॉल्यूशंस, फाइनेंसिंग सॉल्यूशंस फॉर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, for healthcare, for education are extremely or of paramount importance for this country, because infrastructure is the much needed sector of this country now. And according to government figures only, we need $777 billion fund requirement in the infrastructure right now. Now, talking about the education sector, we need a lot of private and public infrastructure investment. I mean, investment in the education sector. In the healthcare, we need a huge amount of investment. How are our public sector and private sector financial solution, innovative solutions we have, and is currently actually working?
You have rightly said that infrastructure is the backbone of any economy. So, because everything depends upon how good or bad infrastructure
Right.
is. So, in order to improve, we must focus on the infrastructure. And as far as the financing is concerned, we have to find a model, like in case of highways, we have toll tax and all that, which recover the cost. So similarly, we have, education in one sector, of course, where a lot of funding is required, and there are in order to increase the gross enrollment ratio, government has taken a lot of initiative, and now we are also using technology in terms of MOOC-based education. So these things are, but if we look at the, the rural segment, the students in the rural
Bilkul.
area, so they still don't, most of the time, they don't have the power, electricity, so what to talk of the internet and everything. So we have to find some models for better education for particularly the people in the rural areas, so which is really a cause of concern. And the kind of education we also need to focus on
The quality
how
of
we can-
education we can,
how we can make the education more skill oriented, more job oriented. Of course, we have to also take care of the holistic development of the student, because we cannot focus education only to improving the skill, but of course the other skills are also important, their creativity, their thinking, and their so financing is of course a big issue. So I hope that government over the time period, the funding in education sector is decreasing gradually. So that is a really cause of concern for academics, for universities. So they are, the government is telling the university to generate funds. But
Right.
if the university has to generate fund, it has to increase the fees. And if it will increase the fees, then the poor cannot afford
They won't
education.
get the
So-
education.
See,
Yeah.
it's education sector is such an important sector. To my mind, that's if we are looking at future, then it is the mother of all
Yeah.
sectors. Because without education, we are going nowhere. And given that India has been blessed to have such a young population currently, and there are so many children who are there, and forget about the urban areas. If I talk only about the rural areas, forget about development, forget about technology, as sir has rightly pointed out.
Right.
Forget about technology. Nobody is talking about internet and things like that. Electricity itself is so much of an issue there. So I think firstly we need to have much more infrastructure facilities for schools. Infrastructure facilities not only include the buildings and the desk chairs, blackboards, but it also includes your teachers.
Right.
Firstly, how
They are the biggest
how
asset.
how much of an importance are we giving to our teachers? Are we giving them enough remuneration? Are we giving them enough respect? Are we giving them enough resources to ensure that our next generation is reaching to a level? So and again, all of that will require a lot of funding.
Low funding.
Maybe a solution to it is just like what we did in the infrastructure sector, where we did a lot of PPP projects.
Absolutely.
Government alone cannot do this because there's a huge level of
तो पब्लिक प्राइवेट पार्टनरशिप जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में लाया गया, जो कॉन्सेप्ट लाया गया, और मिनिस्टर ऑफ कॉमर्स के अंडर या मिनिस्टर ऑफ फाइनेंस के अंडर स्पेशल टीम और डिवीजन डेडिकेटेड डिपार्टमेंट टू हैंडल द पीपीपी प्रोजेक्ट्स. तो ये अगर एजुकेशन और हेल्थ केयर सेक्टर में आ जाए शायद काफी.
They must this how to do this, but that to my mind is the only solution as far as funding is concerned. Because if we go to private banks and if we go to private equity funds and things like that, they would be expecting their returns to be coming very soon.
Right.
But if we're talking about primary education and especially going to the rural areas, that may not work there. The only way which funding is possible is through PPP models.
Very true. So एक हमारे पास जो आंकड़ा है 50 ट्रिलियन रुपीस का जो रिक्वायरमेंट है इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सेक्टर में, एजुकेशन सेक्टर डोंट हैव द फिगर्स फॉर एजुकेशन एंड हेल्थ केयर. इस बजट में सरकार ने 4,66,000 करोड़ 4.56 करोड़ रुपीस इन्वेस्ट किया. उन्होंने मैंने एलोकेट किया इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इंक्लूड्स रेलवेज, रोडवेज, शिपिंग एंड एविएशन. तो शिपिंग में उन्होंने थोड़ा सा बजट कम कर दिया, सॉरी एविएशन में उन्होंने थोड़ा बजट कम कर दिया, और शिपिंग के सागरमाला प्रोजेक्ट में ब्लू इकोनॉमी को कॉन्सेप्ट को प्रोमोट करते हुए उन्होंने एलोकेशन ठीक ठाक किया है. रोडवेज में थोड़ा सा एलोकेशन बढ़ाया, रेलवे में मार्जिनली एलोकेशन बढ़ाया, तो थोड़ा बहुत ही हुआ. तो जहां पे 500 लाख करोड़ की रिक्वायरमेंट है हमारे इस बजट में, यहां हमने देखा 4.56 लाख करोड़ की है. तो इनफ है as a full
Hey, but as far
budget.
as fund allocation is concerned right now, that would be seen more when we come August as to what it is going to be like.
Right.
But as far as these segments are concerned, again, very important. One important aspect is the inland waterways as well, which is
That's a big.
urban transportation is another aspect which they are introducing. And the idea of them is not only providing better passenger transportation, but also and in turn actually benefiting the business houses to ensure that the time taken for transportation is less. There's lesser trouble to public. All of these things are very important when you talk about transportation.
एक बहुत बड़ा मुद्दा मैं आना चाह रहा हूं सर, वो है फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन. हम अभी बहुत बड़े ट्रिलियन डॉलर इकोनॉमी की बात कर रहे हैं और बहुत बड़े बड़े वो टर्म्स है, बिलियंस ट्रिलियंस पे बात कर रहे हैं. आज भी अभी हमारे पास जो आंकड़ा सामने है, एनएसएसओ 2013 में एनएसएसओ का सर्वे कह रहा है 51% फार्मर हाउसहोल्ड्स आर एक्सक्लूडेड फ्रॉम बोथ फॉर्मल एंड इनफॉर्मल सोर्सेस ऑफ फाइनेंसिंग. 27% हैव एक्सेस टू फॉर्मल सोर्सेज ऑफ क्रेडिट, ओनली 27%. तो 2013 का फिगर है, आज मान के चलिए वो डबल तो नहीं होगा, चलिए वो तो 30-35% हुआ होगा. 73% farmer households do not have formal sources of credit. How do we increase financial inclusion? क्या mobile wallet system दो? So in one way we are talking about financial inclusion, जो exclusion है. On the other way we see there is tremendous rise of the mutual fund industry. Mutual fund industry एक तरफ इधर बात करिए 95 लाख करोड़ उसकी टोटल वैल्यूएशन हुआ है. 1.47 ट्रिलियन डॉलर की इकोनॉमी है ये, मैंने मार्केट बन गया है. इंश्योरेंस इंडस्ट्री इज नाउ $30 billion इंडस्ट्री. Initial public offering, though it's going down, it was $1.2 billion. Merger and acquisition was also high this year. It was around $4.166 billion merger and acquisition that took place. तो एक तरफ तो आपके सामने ये बड़े बड़े आंकड़ा है, $1 billion merger and acquisition हो रहा है, $1 billion इंश्योरेंस इंडस्ट्री है, $1 billion एसेट मैनेजमेंट इंडस्ट्री है. दूसरी तरफ आज भी 50% लोगों के पास बैंक अकाउंट में नहीं है. हालांकि जनधन अकाउंट आने के बाद बहुत सुधार आया, अकाउंट अभी भी खाली है. ये जो डाइकोटोमी है इस देश की, this.
The concept of financial inclusion is very good to include each and everybody. But the basic problem is that people don't have income, people don't have money. So why they will go to open a bank account? In case of Jamia also, we have seen that people open the bank account, but no transaction. Most of them, 80% of the accounts are passive. So we have to think not how to get financial, but we have to think ways how we can generate, provide income to such people. So thankfully, in the budget, though there has been some announcement to provide some basic income to the people, but let us see how this is going to happen. So the concern is not reaching to the people. We can reach, everybody can open a Paytm or
Right.
join open a bank account, but if they don't have money, what is the need? So that is the we have to think.
So I give you a very challenging actually picture. कितना dichotomy है देखिए इतना billion. Actually, India has an unlimited 1.3 billion population, means a huge financial market for the country. But at the same time, that is also an opportunity. अगर 50% actually banking sector में नहीं है, that's a big opportunity for this $1 billion industry also to be $1 trillion. How do you see?
I'll just come to one of our discussions that we were having on banking.
Right.
One of the aspects that we were discussing is how are the banks going to identify whoever is lending money to their borrowers. One of the aspects we were talking about was vis-a-vis the KYC, and talking about it. The other aspect was how are they going to be repaying them. So when you talk about, yes, it is very unfortunate that the funding is not available to them. But one thing which we need to realize, they may have money which is there. Firstly, it is important that that money needs to go to their bank accounts so that the banks realize that these people have money in their accounts, so that they have repayment.
These people means the below, like
So
the poor rural people.
Yes, the rural
Right.
people have money to really repay the loan which they're going to be taking, or at least there's some source of revenue generation on monthly basis or on regular basis. So it's very important that the money be deposited in a bank account, or the transactions which have been done is being done through normal banking channels rather than doing it in cash, because eventually they will not be able to show that level of credit worthiness when it comes to
Right.
banks. And banks in any case are under so much of pressure that I do not see them to be really going on lending spree when they do not have clear picture on the return of payment.
Right. So I would like to take final comments. The pros and cons को हमने देखा. There are a lot of other cyber threats, cyber security threats, rise of innovative financial tools like cryptocurrencies, rise of crypto. They are also posing a lot of challenges and opportunities at the same time. Then we also have a lot of regulatory issues like the implementation of GST, which also have impacted the financial sector and especially the business sector. Conclude करते हुए, how do you see the picture of Indian financial sector from the macro as well as micro point of view?
See, there is scope for to grow in India. You have talked about the
Right.
so the market is not mature enough to handle such type of risk which will happen. We are seeing more daily the cases of cyber crimes. And though we have a law, but I hardly see any case being solved by the cyber crime, and people are not getting. Even if it happened that court has given them in favor of the customer, but they are not able to get the
money.
compensation. And nation has people are losing money, so we as a country have to ensure that such type of cyber crimes or such type of security threats are to be eliminated. So instead of blindly following the technology, we have to first ensure that what are the repercussions, what are the effects, because in India the people, even I've seen many educated people fall in the trap of cyber criminals. So what to talk of illiterates and other people. So we have to ensure that on one hand we have to leverage the technology in the financial sector, but on the other hand we have to also ensure that there is a adequate safety.
Mr. Shanker, your final comment on the challenges, opportunities, and everything.
I think firstly we need to have our priorities right as to what are we really looking at. because in any event, um, our country is being divided between haves and have-nots. So that
Yeah.
parity is huge.
Right.
So certain things which are there, which are our foremost importance, is how to get our financial system to the grassroots level, how to really get ensuring that 1.3 billion people are moving together in one time, rather than it's only a handful of people moving ahead and rest are being
Right.
dragging behind. So that's first thing. Secondly is vis-a-vis come technology, come the threats. You have that, but that doesn't mean that you'll stop using technology. The only thing you need to have is have much more robust system to be put in place. Um, we do have execution bodies which are now being educated, especially vis-a-vis cybercrime. Bombay, we have a specific cell on cyber crimes. Unlike 5 years back, now we have execution bodies who have been educated, have been given more hands down on technology and knowledge. Cyber crimes are happening, but even on the legal front, there have been laws which have been there, and now they've been enforced as well. So a lot of those things are coming into play. As far as credit card is concerned, as a concern, banks have introduced certain mechanics. RBI have ensured that banks follow those mechanics, and so that those frauds can be minimized. But having said which, if you ask me that they're eradicated, no, they've been minimized, but still till date, cybercrime does happen, and that would be a part of.
That will be always there. Just to summarize, दोस्तों हमने बात किया, हमने शुरुआत की थी फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर क्या है और फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर की स्पेक्ट्रम क्या है एक्चुअली. देखिए फाइनेंस जैसे हमने पहले शुरुआत की थे, मनी इज द बैकबोन फॉर एनी इकोनॉमी. तो मनी फ्लो दो तीन तरीके से है. मनी फ्लो इनकम के जरिए क्या है और उससे भी पहले इन्वेस्टमेंट कितना है. तो अगर आप देखें पूरी इकोनॉमी की मैक्रो सेक्टर को देखें तो हेल्थ केयर में इन्वेस्टमेंट, कोर सेक्टर, सोशियो इकोनॉमिक कोर सेक्टर की हम बात कर रहे हैं. एजुकेशन सबसे बेसिक, हमारे पैनल पूरी एग्री करते हैं इस बात पे, सबसे पहला इनोवेटिव फाइनेंशियल सॉल्यूशंस हमें एजुकेशन सेक्टर में चाहिए. और दूसरी बात हेल्थ केयर, तीसरा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. तो अगर आप देखें इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में जिस तरह से सरकार इनोवेटिव सॉल्यूशंस लेके आई है पब्लिक प्राइवेट पार्टनरशिप मोड पे, वैसे ही कुछ सॉल्यूशन हमें हेल्थ केयर और एजुकेशन सेक्टर में लाने की जरूरत है. इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को जरूर इंपॉर्टेंस दिया है, अहमियत दिया है, लेकिन काफी नहीं है, क्योंकि जो बेसिक सॉल्यूशंस हमें चाहिए, चाहे वो एग्रीकल्चर, एजुकेशन, हेल्थ केयर पे हो, फाइनेंशियल सिस्टम, फाइनेंशियल मोड के अलग अलग फाइनेंस प्रोस्पेक्ट्स में, वो काफी है. दूसरी तरफ हमारे देश में 1% लोग 50 से 60% वेल्थ को कंट्रोल करते हैं. दैट्स अ बिग थ्रेट और डेंजर. सिर्फ हमारे देश नहीं, पूरी दुनिया का ये हाल है विद द राइज ऑफ ग्लोबलाइजेशन एंड प्राइवेटाइजेशन. आई एग्री. फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन का कॉन्टेक्स्ट ये यहाँ पे दो आता है. एक, हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों को फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर से जोड़ें. दूसरा, हाउ डू वी रिड्यूस द इनइक्वालिटी इन द सोसाइटी. क्योंकि अगर ये 1% लोग 50% वेल्थ को कंट्रोल करेंगे तो समाज में कभी भी इक्विटेबल एक सोसाइटी बन ही नहीं सकती. तो कहीं ना कहीं सरकार को, यानी पॉलिसी मेकर को इस पे ध्यान देना जरूरी है. दूसरा, इन्फ्लेशन या रिसेशन, ये एक ग्रोइंग इकोनॉमी की बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बात है. ग्रोइंग हो या मैच्योर इकोनॉमी हो, तो इसको तो आप रोक नहीं सकते, जैसे आप सुनामी को नहीं रोक सकते. लेकिन आप हमारे पैनलिस्ट के कहने जैसे हैं कि जिन्होंने, आप सुनामी को रोक नहीं सकते लेकिन इसके इम्पैक्ट मिनिमाइज कर सकते हैं अच्छे पॉलिसीज के तहत. तो ये था आज की चैनल से थके हुए हैं जो आपको सिर्फ टीआरपी बेचती है, और कहाँ राम मंदिर और ये मंदिर और वो मस्जिद. तो अगर आप थक चुके हैं तो हमारे जैसे चैनल को देखते रहिए, और अपने बच्चों को अगर आप एजुकेट करना चाहें रिसेंट कॉन्टेम्पररी रियल चैलेंजेस इस देश की, तो पॉलिसी टाइम्स जैसे चैनल को देखते रहिए. ऐसे ही इश्यूज के साथ आते रहेंगे. थैंक यू सो मच पैनलिस्ट फॉर ज्वाइनिंग अस for this discussion, and do like our page and so thank you so much sir. बहुत अच्छा, बहुत वो टफ ये है. मैं भी एक्चुअली बिल्कुल